Overcoming social anxiety and shyness. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about overcoming social anxiety and shyness. If you're someone who struggles with social situations, whether it's meeting new people or speaking in public, then this video is for you. I used to be extremely shy and anxious in social situations, but over the years, I've learned some tips and tricks that have helped me overcome my fears. So, let's get started. Tip number 1. Practice makes perfect. Practicing socializing is one of the most effective ways to overcome social anxiety and shyness. However, it's important to start small and gradually work your way up to more challenging social situations. One way to start practicing is to set small goals for yourself. For example, you might start by saying hello to a stranger or making small talk with a coworker. As you become more comfortable, you can gradually increase the difficulty of your social goals. It's also important to remember that practice doesn't have to be perfect. You might make mistakes or feel awkward at first, but that's okay. Social skills are just like any other skill, they take time and practice to develop. Another way to practice socializing is to join a club or group that interests you. This can be a great way to meet new people who share your interests and passions. It can also provide a structured environment for practicing social skills. If you're feeling particularly anxious about a social situation, it can be helpful to prepare ahead of time. For example, you might practice what you're going to say or visualize yourself having a positive social interaction. It's also important to celebrate your successes along the way. When you achieve a social goal, no matter how small, take a moment to acknowledge your progress and give yourself a pat on the back. Tip number 2. Challenge your negative thoughts. Negative thoughts and beliefs about ourselves and others can contribute to social anxiety and shyness. However, it's possible to challenge these negative thoughts and replace them with more positive and realistic ones. One way to challenge negative thoughts is to ask yourself if they're really true. For example, if you're thinking, "I'm not good enough to talk to that person," ask yourself if that's really true. Have you ever had a positive social interaction with someone before? Have you ever made a friend or had a successful conversation? Chances are, the answer is yes. Another way to challenge negative thoughts is to look for evidence that contradicts them. For example, if you're thinking, "Everyone is going to judge me if I say something stupid," look for evidence that contradicts that thought. Have you ever said something silly and had people laugh with you, not at you? Have you ever made a mistake and had people be understanding and forgiving? Again, the answer is likely yes. It's also important to reframe negative thoughts in a more positive and realistic way. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm so awkward and no one will like me," reframe that thought to, "I'm a unique and interesting person, and there are people who will appreciate me for who I am." Another helpful technique is to practice self-compassion. Instead of beating yourself up for feeling anxious or shy, be kind and understanding towards yourself. Recognize that social anxiety is a common experience and that it's okay to feel nervous in social situations. Finally, it can be helpful to seek support from others. Talk to a trusted friend or family member about your negative thoughts and beliefs. They can provide a different perspective and help you challenge those negative thoughts. Tip number 3. Focus on others. When we're feeling anxious or shy in social situations, it's easy to get caught up in our own thoughts and feelings. However, focusing on others can be a powerful way to overcome social anxiety and shyness. One way to focus on others is to practice active listening. This means really paying attention to what the other person is saying, rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. Ask questions, show interest, and try to understand their perspective. Another way to focus on others is to practice empathy. Put yourself in their shoes and try to understand how they might be feeling. This can help you feel more connected to them and less focused on your own anxiety. It's also important to remember that everyone has their own insecurities and struggles. When we focus on others, we can often see that they're not as confident or perfect as they might seem. This can help us feel more comfortable and less intimidated in social situations. Another way to focus on others is to practice gratitude. Take a moment to appreciate the people in your life and the positive experiences you've had with them. This can help shift your focus away from negative thoughts and towards more positive ones. Finally, it's important to remember that social interactions are a two-way street. While it's important to focus on others, it's also important to share your own thoughts and feelings. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable and share your own experiences. This can help build deeper connections with others. Tip number 4. Use relaxation techniques. When we're feeling anxious or stressed, our bodies can go into fight or flight mode, which can make social situations even more challenging. However, relaxation techniques can help us calm our bodies and minds, and feel more comfortable in social situations. One relaxation technique is deep breathing. Take slow, deep breaths, focusing on your breath as it enters and leaves your body. This can help slow down your heart rate and calm your nervous system. Another relaxation technique is progressive muscle relaxation. This involves tensing and then relaxing different muscle groups in your body, one at a time. This can help release tension and promote relaxation. Meditation and mindfulness practices can also be helpful for reducing anxiety and promoting relaxation. This involves focusing your attention on the present moment, without judgment or distraction. There are many different types of meditation and mindfulness practices, so it's important to find one that works for you. Physical exercise can also be a powerful tool for reducing anxiety and promoting relaxation. This can include activities like yoga, running, or dancing. Exercise releases endorphins, which can help improve mood and reduce stress. Finally, it's important to take care of yourself in other ways as well. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating a healthy diet, and taking time for activities that you enjoy. When we take care of ourselves, we're better able to handle stress and anxiety. Tip number 5. Seek professional help. If you're struggling with social anxiety or shyness, it's important to know that you don't have to go through it alone. Seeking professional help can be a powerful way to overcome these challenges and improve your quality of life. There are many different types of professionals who can help with social anxiety and shyness, including therapists, counselors, and psychologists. These professionals can provide a safe and supportive space to explore your thoughts and feelings, and develop strategies for managing anxiety and improving social skills. One type of therapy that can be particularly helpful for social anxiety is cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT focuses on identifying and changing negative thought patterns and behaviors that contribute to anxiety. Through CBT, you can learn new skills and strategies for managing anxiety and improving social interactions. Medication can also be helpful for managing social anxiety, particularly in combination with therapy. There are several different types of medications that can be used to treat anxiety, including antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications. It's important to work with a healthcare professional to determine the best course of treatment for you. In addition to therapy and medication, there are many other resources available for people struggling with social anxiety and shyness. Support groups, self-help books, and online resources can all be helpful for learning new skills and strategies for managing anxiety. So, those are my tips for overcoming social anxiety and shyness. Remember, it's okay to feel nervous in social situations, but it's important not to let that fear hold you back. With practice, positive thinking, and relaxation techniques, you can overcome your social anxiety and start enjoying social situations again. And if you need additional help, don't hesitate to seek professional support. You've got this.